Hey, what is up? We are live. We're here with Neil Orfield. I've been wanting to do a stream with you for a long time. Just finally decided to reach out. I'm sure you would have before, but I just decided to reach out finally. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be on the channel to finally meet you face to face. We've talked a fair amount online,
Yeah,
like in chats and stuff, but cool to
yeah,
finally
like
talk voice to voice.
yeah. I've been frequent in your streams for a long time. With because you do a lot of the daily stuff, and I'm not as good in the salary kind of stuff that you do, but I
More of a best
like
ball guy.
I mean I did good in the daily drafts, not the
Oh
salary
yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
So
did you really in an underdog? I have not
yeah,
really cracked that for NFL. I've come close, but I haven't really
yeah.
won anything.
Well, let's say hi to the chat. We got Pepper Tony. We have Scott. We got Lawsimo. We have Pepper Tony again. We have Best Ball on call. But I think we're gonna uh my mind just fleeted. I don't know why. You know what it is. We were just discussing on like uh Tyler just said about me being the young guy. And I believe I'm like 2 months older. My birthday is in a couple weeks.
Are you turning 43?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you've got me beat.
Yeah, just
Not till
barely.
July.
Barely. Yeah. 'Cause I thought last year you were talking about the oldest guy bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I was like, well, I could do it and just as a troll, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna max
It's a
PPM.
lot of work for a troll. I got to be honest.
Yeah, right.
Good bit. Good bit.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, you can have it. But anyway, we will hit the intro and then talk all the free agency stuff. So much happened. It's gonna be fun.
We're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls indecent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Best ball, Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who must command in the storm etched in our brains? Who hangs? Thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Best ball eternal in Rumain's infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, Cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafting through the veins.
All right, so we got I about wore a jersey of a player that you and I both love. I'm positive you love this player. Uh, it's a defensive player
A
who
defensive
has
player.
played both on Kansas City and the Vikings.
Jared Allen, does he play on Kansas
Yeah,
City? Okay.
yeah. He's because we traded him to you guys for a first and a third round pick. Those picks became Derek Johnson and Jamal Charles.
Ooh,
So like it was a win-win,
yeah,
right? Like
that worked out.
yeah, but like I picked up the jersey and I'm like, yeah, it's a little too dirty. Like I haven't,
Not today.
it's been sitting there for at least like 2 years not being worn. So
Are you gonna get a Kenneth Walker jersey?
I know.
Okay.
I don't really buy jerseys that much.
Yeah.
Like I like Kenneth Walker. He's gonna be a lot of fun. And like I said before, like he went at 13 in the Matic draft earlier. Like that is too much. I don't
Yeah.
know where you're gonna have him. That is a lot. Like Kansas City's offensive line's still not great.
Well, I actually don't know what the Patrick Mahomes timeline is. I was just
Well,
thinking about that today. Like I got to figure that out.
nobody really does. He
Okay.
wants to be back by week one.
Okay. I mean, if that's
Yeah.
realistic, I mean, it's obviously like
Like
they're gonna have a strong offense.
yeah.
But yeah, that seems a little early to me. I believe in the talent of Kenneth Walker. Obviously, a better situation, like if he is the lead back, which I can't imagine any of their other backs. I shouldn't say that. I mean, they seem to absolutely love Kareem Hunt, so maybe he still takes the goal line stuff. They talk about it so much. He has the nose for the end zone, all that kind of stuff. So maybe
Yeah.
he still loses out on the end zone stuff like he did to Zach Charbonnet.
So
But
so I have a troll I was workshopping. Like, what's the most troll thing that could happen to the fantasy community right now? Like we seen some stuff happen today, and obviously Jeremiah Love's not gonna go to the Giant. Like like everybody's expecting him to go to the Giants, right? Like that's still kind of on the table. I still think it's like not a thing. But what would happen if the Arizona Cardinals go ahead and sign him, and then once again we have Tyler Algier
Didn't they already,
stealing
I thought they
carries?
signed Tyler Algier already.
Well,
Did they
that's
not?
what I'm saying. Like, what
Oh
if
yeah.
they do the same thing that Atlanta just done a few years back
Oh yeah. I mean,
with Algier?
yeah.
Because Algier only signed to $6 million a year.
I mean, he was cheap in Atlanta too, and he kept getting
Yeah,
carries. I think it's the most likely outcome is that he's pretty involved.
yeah.
Which
Like
is yeah.
nobody wants to hear it, but like maybe they signed him, and it's a 2-year deal. Like that's not enough money to get them to not draft somebody at that position. Like I don't think they do it, but it
Yeah.
would be just objectively funny to watch the fantasy community have that happen again.
I wonder, is Tyler Algier being drafted at this point?
Oh yeah, he goes at like pick 100
Oh, he goes there. Okay, jeez.
because he was expected to get a lead role, right? And
Right,
lead
right.
roles are,
Yeah.
and currently he has one. But
On Arizona, you think he's the leader over Connor and Benson?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, and so what all free agency news have you seen today?
Kenneth Walker to the Chiefs. I feel like I've seen a lot, but now I'm
Okay, so
Charlie Kolar went to the
yeah,
Chargers.
8 million a year. We got Jalen Naylor randomly gets a big contract. Like I'd
Raiders,
heard
right?
rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd heard rumors of it, and I was just like, there's no way he's getting a bunch of money. And Shaheed is still a free agent. So like Kubiak not want Shaheed, or does Shaheed expecting even more money than that? Like I'm curious.
I would think so. I would think he'd get more than Jalen Naylor.
Well, you would think so. Like, what's your take on Naylor? I mean, I assume you like him.
Yeah, he's a fine player. It was frustrating for me as a Vikings fan watching, like they targeted him in the red zone so much last year. Like they would force feed him. There were probably happened once, but I remember it like 3 times in a row, just targeting Jalen Naylor in the red zone with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison there, and T.J. Hawkinson. Was pretty bizarre to me. I think he's a fine player. Like I don't think he's a
Yeah,
special talent, but I think he's
I
he's
I
fast.
thought I seen that the contract was like 30, like
Yeah,
two
like
two
33
years.
million or something.
Yeah, it was a 3 year. So it
Yeah.
was 3 year. That's actually a cheap contract. But yeah, I was thinking it was 2 years. So I'm probably just wrong. But these bigger boards can take a while to get filled. So I'm going to go ahead and enter on my phone. I'm not going to run the clip because we don't. You never know how long these can take.
Yeah.
But it's 10 more to start for anybody who wants to join a bigger board. And hopefully we can get that to fill. I'm sure we will get it to fill
Yeah.
at some point. Like we have a long time. Why can I? You know how sometimes like everything just doesn't look right on your screen and you can't figure out where you are? Yeah, that just happened.
All right. We'll get there. We'll get
Toggling
there.
the multiple
Plenty of time.
screens and all that. Yeah, so going to all the signings, like some of the free agents that haven't signed yet, Rashad White and Rico Dowdle, and the Seahawks still have nobody. Like my only bigger board team I've done so far, I took George Halani on in the last round, and that was like 2 weeks ago. That was before anybody, like that was while people still thought Kenneth Walker was going to be the guy there.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty good pick. Like they were using him. I'm trying to get like to what extent they were, because they didn't exactly give him the Zach Charbonnet role. Like it was clearly like Kenneth Walker was the clear like top dog more so than he had been with Zach Charbonnet. So so I don't know how much they trust him to take on a big role, but yeah, with nobody else there, like there's a pretty good chance that he's the 1B after they sign somebody.
Yeah, for sure. What's your take on your Vikings? What do you think Kyler ends up there? Do you think they end up?
I hope so. I think Kyler would be like, I think it's they're too good of a team to like tank for the next year's quarterback class, which I think is the other option is just like run JJ McCarthy out there. Maybe he's bad enough that they can get a top draft pick next year. And apparently that's a very good draft class for quarterbacks. But I think the team is probably too good to fully tank. So I'd rather just go for it. And I think, I mean, JJ McCarthy, he was my guy last year. I drafted so much JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, I remember.
And I did not like what I saw throughout the year. Like early on, it was kind of like I saw like some positive signs here and there, but ultimately, I did not think that he looked like an NFL quarterback. So I would,
do you think a lot of that had to do with their offensive line?
I do think the offensive line didn't help. Like that was part of the thesis of JJ McCarthy and the running backs was like, oh, this is a pretty great offensive line. Like they made several additions, and then they were just hurt the entire year. But I mean, the center just retired for the Vikings. I don't know.
Lutz has been in my Discord, like just preaching Kyler for the last like month, which I'm trolling him because that's what I do. But like, I know he's a good pick. I don't have very much on Underdog, but like on Drafters, I'm way overweight. I just haven't got to him randomly on Underdog for whatever reason. I get this feeling, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm getting this feeling that they're going to end up going with an A-Rich trade no matter what to Minnesota. Like,
you think so?
I think he's going to be super, super cheap. And I think that with as bad as the McCarthy experience and the whole experience was last year, I think no matter what they do, that they want to bring a third guy in.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't they do it that way with a developmental guy?
Well, we saw they were not deep enough last year. Like it was
right.
They had Carson Wentz, who was like, he was going to get hurt though. Steve says that he was better, but Wentz also didn't look good at all last year to me. He looked better than JJ McCarthy, but that's not really saying all that much. And then they had Max Brosmer, who was the worst quarterback I've ever seen. It would make sense to have three quarterbacks.
Remember the Max Brosmer DFS week where everybody's like, oh yeah, he's so cheap, we got to stack him. Because generally that's a fine strategy, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Fourth out. Yeah.
It was not the strategy at all. Were you in on the Max Brosmer, like, it can't be worse? I can't remember what you were doing that week.
I don't think I had a huge stand. I think I had some, but I don't think that it was, I was not like really in on. I think I had some other Galaxy Brain play that I liked that maybe saved me from it.
What could go wrong? Yeah, and then like it was mid-season. We kind of knew Seattle's defense was good, but they weren't like fully elite at that point, or we didn't know. And no, they were just fully elite.
Peppertoni says Kyler is bad at football. I think that's an overstatement.
Yeah, Peppertoni is an absolute legend.
Love me some Peppertoni. He was on your channel, right?
Yeah, because you commented on that. I was going to ask you about that because
I haven't watched it yet because I was traveling at the time. I couldn't even get YouTube to play like where I was traveling for some reason.
Weird.
And I forgot about it.
It was a well-received episode.
I'm going to go back and watch.
Yeah, like we did something like it was pre-Bijan or pre-David Montgomery trade. And he was wanting to discuss Jahmyr Gibbs 101, even with Demont there. And we pulled Demont, like we got the number 2 overall pick, I think. And 1 or 2. I think we got the 2, and then like Chase went at 1. And
nice.
We went ahead and went Gibbs because he wanted to. Which I think that like I'm personally Bijan over Gibbs, but I don't really think there's a real strong right answer.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Yeah, like even with Chase and Puka, even like I would argue that Puka's the one. Like I actually have Chase at 4, but I would argue that Puka's the one with the smallest number 1 overall upside. Like I feel like Puka is just absolutely going to get tons and tons of volume, right?
Yeah. So why do you think he has such a low upside?
Well, it's not upside. Like I don't know. I guess at that point it's just like who spikes, right? Like they get you there and it's who spikes in our game.
Right.
So yeah. I didn't ask you, I meant to ask before we popped on. How long do you have time for just one draft? Because if we
Probably
can't,
just one, but we'll see.
okay. I mean, we could try to multi-table if this doesn't fill. I mean, I could jump into a big board now, and then if this fills, and we multi-table it. But that's up to you. Because this is not moving at all. So we got a +7.
Oh, this is a bigger board. I see.
Yeah, this is a bigger board.
We could try multi-tabling. Yeah, I guess I did not sign up for any NBA for tonight because I wasn't sure how long this is going to go. Yeah, I think the biggest limiting factor is just how I'm not feeling that well. So we'll see if my voice lasts long enough for multiple. But we can see.
Yeah, I will go ahead and leave that up, and somebody in the chat, I'm sure, will message me if it ends up going. I almost entered a second bigger board. That would have been, why are we at 12? Why is it not moving?
Might take a minute.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll do the countdown on this one, but we're going to enter a big board now, and we're going to enter it in 15 seconds.
We never leave the rhyme. Fury, endless, breaks, relentless, fantasy, reigns, who wins, immortal.
All right, we're +9 on that. I like to let everybody have a chance to jump in.
Gab for Life gonna smack us with his new ranks. Have you updated your ranks at all?
I mean, like a week ago. Not today.
No, today is what I'm talking about. Come on now.
Yeah,
we have big moves.
I know what I know who I want. Like I'm not.
Fair enough.
Not really that. Like So we got two people. We had a couple people back out of the bigger board whenever we came into this. So it's probably not a thing that's going to happen. Which we could always figure out a time to do that, even offline or whatever, if you wanted to. Since that's the commitment we made.
Oh, I don't. It's fine. I'm happy to draft whatever.
Yeah, I figured, but like I'm never gonna go back on my word, right? Like that's not what I'm gonna do.
I had forgotten that you said bigger board.
I know,
because you big board.
Because whenever you message me back, you're like, yeah, we could just do the big board. I'm like, I said bigger. So
right.
Now we got Young Moolah smacking us with his new ranks from the 1. He's gonna take Christian McCaffrey. Game Tight at the 3. Cade at the 6. We're at the 7. We got Alex at the 8. We have Michael at the 9. So I know this name, and for whatever reason, the other night I was going through this, and for whatever reason, because the ellipse is right there, like I thought it said Michael Moist, and I was like, what?
Is it Michael Moison? I think I know.
Yeah, it's Moisen, I think.
Yeah.
Poison.
Yep.
We got Limericks here at the 10. We have T-Bear at the 11 and Anthony at the 12. Yeah, so Bestball Overlay, by the way, is out. I know you use other things. You use Sidekick and whatever else, but
that's a good tool also, the Bestball Overlay.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, a lot of them are. I just like to know where my fades are and if I'm happy with those fades.
Yeah.
That's basically where I'm at with it. Where are you at on JSN at 5? Like, especially with this, like, okay, so we're on the clock. Amon Ra, CMC, Lamb, Cook.
I'm a Lamb guy, I think.
All right. I'm actually pretty down on Lamb this year, but
are you?
I want to get to like 5%, 4 to 5%.
I guess they signed Pickens again, right? They tagged him, right?
They franchised him, and he said he's not going to play. But
so he said he's not going to play.
Well, he said that he said something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he was definitely like being George Pickens with it.
What you expect.
You're right. You would expect him to not be happy about the franchise tag, and he apparently was not happy about the franchise tag.
Yeah.
Neil, have you done any drafts?
I've done slow drafts. So I before I went on my trip, I signed up for like 25 slow drafts about 2 weeks before I left, thinking I think I can probably sneak in most of these, and I was wrong. So a lot of them are just like auto drafted the last handful of picks, unfortunately.
Ooh.
And then I've started some new drafts, but I don't think I've done a single fast draft yet. I've just done slow drafts.
Nice.
So yeah.
There is a big feel for you want to get at least one quarterback by like round 8.
Yeah.
I like to get 2 of them by round 9 and just call it good. And
Yeah, so I like you said, I use the sidekick, and it often will not have me take a quarterback that early. Like,
all right,
usually it will, but
we want the divisional correlation here, or
yeah, I'd take the divisional correlation.
Or do you want McBride?
Now let's go Saquon.
I agree. So I was pretty scared on McBride with the rumor that Malik Willis may go there.
Well, they named Brissett right today.
That's what they're saying. I think they did it. Nice. Kelsey's back. That's what they're saying. I think it happened as I was setting the stream, like setting the back end of this up, like the last 10 minutes before my stream. But like they should be more competitive than down 20 at every half. They should be.
Yeah.
Right. But like I was kind of looking at Kyler Jr., Malik Willis being their quarterback, but like he isn't great at throwing the ball at intermediate from what I've seen, and like it's a small sample size. And I just think that it's bad for Trey McBride's game. Now that he's not going to be there, I can readjust.
Yeah. It's tough because he was so good last year with Jacoby Brissett. I'm just not sure that I buy that being sustainable. Like it was like in such a small sample size, it was like, man, this guy should be a 1-2 turn type pick. But I don't think Jacoby Brissett is that amazing of a quarterback. I kind of think that it was a flash in the pan kind of a situation. So
he's not. Bucky Irving getting Gainwell like feels really bad to me.
Yeah, I've been pretty in on Bucky, so I don't love it. But
do you want Olave, AJ Brown, like triple?
I'd go Olave.
I'm one of the. A lot of people don't love Olave right now. They think his price is too high. I'm pretty in on the Saints as a team, especially like I think the ETN thing means that's good for the offense in general, right?
Yeah, I agreed.
I expect that he fall. I kind of expect ETN to fall because everybody hates the Saints, but I've been basically completely out on ETN, and I personally think he should move up.
He should move up with the Saints.
With the Saints, because where the hell did he go? He went over here, new ranks. Yeah. Moolah thinks he should and by move up, like I had him at like 44, 45, not at 37. So like I think he's worth that pick now, but I also don't. The way I was viewing it is that there was basically only a couple spots he could have landed that would have made him even worth the original price.
Right.
And if he got one of the bad spots, he just moves down. But almost all the other ones, like if he landed where he did, he would stay about the same. If he landed with Kansas City, like he would have got steamed up and I'd have been out because we don't have tackles. Like we have draft picks to fix that now though. So hopefully we can fix that.
Yeah, I think I would have been in if you were on I would have chased him up a little bit on the Chiefs, just like under the assumption that they're going to figure it out. I guess like there's one of those teams that I trust like at a systemic level to figure it out.
And like he is clearly more talented than what we've been working with.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So what do you like here? Are you JMO, Loveland, Javonte for the team stack here?
Yeah, I could do Javonte. We only have one running back, so it was between Javonte and Luther Burden for me.
Which one do you want?
Let's go Javonte.
Okay. I've been the anti Luther Burden slappy. I've been saying that him and Rome should be close to each other.
Where is Rome going now?
I think Verdon goes at like 41, 42, and Rome goes at like 52 ish. But I think the clear winner is Colson Loveland. Honestly,
Oh,
that's where I'm at.
I've
I
kind
was
of
actually
debated if I'm not factoring this in enough for Colson Loveland.
well. So like to preface it, before the DJ Moore trade and before Malik Willis, I was say like sign. I was saying that if Malik Willis signs with the Cardinals, I want Colson Loveland over McBride because of
Okay,
scheme.
yeah,
So like I was in either way. So
right,
like
right.
my opinion may not matter as much as somebody else's, right? And like the people who are already all in on Luther Burden, like you can't really be serious with their opinions on how high Luther Burden should go, right?
Right.
Like I understand that. I fully understand that I probably don't have the most level-headed take with Loveland here. So,
Didn't
uh,
Tucker get non-tendered by the Bucks?
he's a free agent, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I wonder if he ends up going. So, I've been hoping to get some Scatabo because I've been calling BS this whole time, and like I was picking at this back end forever, and as soon as that started happening, all right. So, I mean, we could just take Lamar here, uh, Tate, Judkins, RJ Harvey, Brian Thomas.
Yeah, I guess I'd say probably either Lamar or QJ Judkins.
Okay. We'll take Lamar. Like
Nice.
I personally, like I said, I don't mind. That's a pretty decent fall. Um,
Yeah, I
and
love Lamar in the fifth round. Like that is a very strong pick.
yeah, I don't know where Zay like we can't give him Zay at 60. Like we can't we can't
Yeah,
let that happen. Integrity protectors over here. Naked Lamar, how dare us?
yeah,
How?
yeah.
uh,
I've gone full circle from being the like I never take unstacked quarterbacks to you start using the sidekick, and I'm like I'm just gonna trust like it's smarter than I am this machine. So started taking some naked quarterback.
I got the defending bigger board championship best ball Viper in the lobby signed up for the bigger board. Nice. Yeah, we got congratulations to him by the way. Uh
Yeah,
waiting on 7 for the bigger board still. Like I know you said you probably only do one, but
yeah. We'll see how soon it fills.
I mean if it feels like you're welcome to stay, you're welcome to go. Whatever you need to do.
Cool,
All
cool.
right. So we got Harrison, Tyson, Cortland Sutton, Metcalf, Tyler Warren. We currently have Lamar Jackson, Saquon, Javante, CeeDee Lamb, Olave. We could bring up David Montgomery or Tootin. I know Tootin getting a lot of steam.
I do like Montgomery and Marvin Harrison.
You want to go with Marv?
Sure, yeah,
Yeah, I actually think that they're not getting without Malik Willis there. I think it's good for all of their pass catchers and everything.
yeah. I mean, and they were all like again. I don't buy into what happened last year with Jacoby Brissett. Like I don't think they're all going to be
Right.
studs the way they were, but I do think they're probably better than they were with Lamar or with Kyler Murray. Like it's just it's at least a step up for them.
Okay, so he said he would have went Josh Allen, Lamar if we passed on Lamar. So he was going to
Yeah.
protect the integrity anyway.
All right. Well,
Shout
good.
out Gritty. I did drafters last night and Gritty was in there and he definitely gritted it up.
I bet he did. He doesn't do anything but gritty it up.
That's right. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we I need to be more in on Harrison. Like I only have 2%. I think he's a fine play, but so I was buying all the Mike Evans I could get, assuming he's going to go somewhere other than the Bucks. And I've done 2 drafts now, and he's went basically all the way over here every time,
Huh.
which is just like
Seems like a bad landing spot,
really.
doesn't it? Like, do you agree with that? Like, it does not
I
seem like
I was looking at it as one of the best landing spots for him.
Pittsburgh.
So
Wait. Oh,
yeah.
wait.
So
Wait,
we're on the
where-
clock.
No, he didn't land
do-
in Pittsburgh, did he?
Yeah, Parker, Ricky Pearsall, Michael Wilson for the double, Ramondre.
I like Ramondre or Fannin.
We could do Fannin. Which one do you want?
Let's go Fannin.
Let's do that.
Wait, am I getting
No,
it wrong where Mike Evans
Stanford.
landed?
He landed with the Niners.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah, that's a great spot.
I was like,
Pittman
why-
went to Pittsburgh. I'm getting it all mixed up. Yeah,
I was trying to
No, you're
figure
right.
out why you didn't like a guy in the Shanahan offense.
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, what?
Yeah. No,
What do I not know?
My brain's just a little bit slow today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great spot.
Trying to get Herzig to join. Nice. Yeah, hopefully we can get it to Phil. If we can't, I have Fancy Dog Pound coming on later tonight. Like, you know how I said
you're doing
that,
double stream, huh?
yeah, well, for whatever reason, you know how you said that your mind was gone there. Like, I have everything wrote down, but like for whatever reason, I thought the 9th was Wednesday.
Oh,
So I asked him if he wanted to do one today. And luckily he wanted to do one in the evening. So I'm just gonna double big like wicker board maybe today.
nice.
I would love either one of these. Like I don't think Ricky Pearsall should fall as much as people are gonna make him fall with the news.
Yeah,
I'm pretty in on that. I think Tucker Kraft is one of the best prices on the board. I don't know if I want to go double tight end though. We could. Where are you at with these running backs? Madungai, Dowdle, Jadarian Price. I mean,
I'm happy to go Pearsall. It would otherwise probably be Dowdle because I do think that there are still some spots open
Yeah.
for a player like Dowdle. But
I'm pretty in on the Pearsall here.
yeah, let's do it.
Like, I don't know how far he's going to fall, but I'm going to assume this may be like his new ADP. Because he was kind of falling over the last 24 hours. He seemed to be falling in the few drafts I did last night. Maybe it was just that I got those lobbies as well, right?
Yeah,
To where people didn't like him because you know that it just sometimes people don't like Bichon and he goes a 5. You know, like
right.
it just happens. Not saying it's something that should happen often, but it just happens sometimes. And I agree. Dowdle to me is like the favorite to land with the Seahawks now for sure.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that would be a good spot for him.
He like comps kind of similarly to what Sharps does. I think that he's slightly better. Like Sharps can pass catch as well, but he's decent as a receiver as well.
Yeah,
I just think that I just think that that's kind of what could happen. They have a lot of money. I know they need to re-sign Witherspoon and JSN over the next 2 years. This would be the smart year to do it. You know,
right.
we'll see if they.
They
do
got to
that
sign
or-
somebody at running back.
I mean, they don't have to. They they could just run out George Alani.
I guess.
I mean, maybe they do. Maybe is that all they have on the roster? Like I would be okay. I was gonna say, if Brock Purdy made it back, I'd be pretty in on that.
Yeah.
There is a player that I think is going to steam up that I would like to get as well here if they are still here. And these running backs at this point, it was Chris Godwin.
Bummer.
Blake Corum, I think is fine. Sam Laporta has a little bit of a fall here. We could do
Yep.
that. Jaden Reed. What?
Fine with Laporta.
Let's go Laporta and just be done.
Yeah.
Because Goff is still here, I assume that the Almond Roll drafter after us is smart enough to not pass on him twice. You know, but
Yeah.
like there's a chance.
You never know.
I know that they'll take him.
Okay.
They'll probably even push him to 112. We'll see, since everybody over here has quarterbacks and no stacking partner. And to be honest, like if you want to backstack Jared Goff with Isaac Tesla, good luck. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck. I want
Who's
to
the
be
sneakiest winner in best ball? Rabona asks. I don't think it's Naylor because I just don't think Naylor is like gonna be much of anything. Like I don't think he beats out Trey Tucker or
That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are waiting on 5 for the bigger board, by the way. 5. Emmett, I mean, I would be ecstatic if Emmett Johnson landed there. I was way over my skis on Emmett Johnson. I still think he's the third best running back in the class, but like this class is also bad. So
Yeah.
Sneakiest winner in best ball. Like I kind of think, and I mean, I think it may just be Torrey Horton. Like, like Shahid's gone. They're obviously not looking to sign a whole lot of people. Like maybe we end up getting like a Romeo Dobbs or something weird there. Cooper Kupp was awesome in the postseason, but like he was really starting to carve out a role for himself before he got hurt, right? So here goes Goff. Pretty. So what do we want to do here? Do you like Jonah Coleman? Do we want to take Kyler?
I got no opinion on Jonah Coleman, but yeah, I'd be happy to take Kyler or Shuck with Olave.
Let's do that. You were talking up him a little bit. I like this is why I don't like. I have a bag of Olave, so I end up with a lot of Shuck in that area.
Nice.
So like, so let's go back to Olave. Like, where do you think he should be ranked? Because I think he's properly ranked over here, and a lot of my Discord and a lot of the viewers don't really love him.
I mean, nobody's ever loved Olave. Kind of feels like that has been like the story of Olave is nobody's ever excited to draft him. I mean, last year he was going what 5th, 6th round.
Yeah, so 5, 6. It was kind of middle of the 6th at the end.
Yeah, I think he showed enough. He stayed healthy. 3rd round seems fair. I don't know. Like I kind of think that he just goes where he should. It's kind of a big range of players there that I don't have really strong take on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the thing. I think, and everybody like he got steamed up to the middle
That's
of the
true.
second, and I took like 0 that year.
Yeah.
Problem is that I also took 0 Barkley that year.
That's right. I think I was taking Devontae Smith, right? He was also in that range.
Yeah, well, I had a bag of Achane, which wasn't wrong, but it wasn't Barkley, you know?
Right.
So like my advance was pretty bad and all that. So team right now, we have Lamar, we have Tyler Shuck, running backs, Saquon Barkley, Javonte Williams, wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison Jr., Ricky Pearsall, and then Fan and Laporta absolutely done here, right?
Probably. I mean, it's a 20-round draft. If we see a great value late, sometimes just the best projected player is still a tight end. And
all right, so we'll shut off those positions. There's nothing here except for Diggs, Boston, Shakir, Jaden Higgins, Dobbs. Do we want to take a swing on Dobbs, maybe?
Sure. He's supposed to be signing somewhere new, right?
Yeah, and he might be able to sign there as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Let's do that. Like Dobbs to me would be the single perfect complement to Zay Flowers as well.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because like he can play outside pretty well. He does like a lot of the big boy routes. He's always been fine doing the clear out stuff like that. It would free up Zay a lot. Dobbs is decent in the red zone, but not like Mike Evans. Like if Mike Evans went there, I think it would have been bad for Zay, because I think Zay, the only way Zay can really elevate his game is to be used more in the red zone right now, right? And I think that somebody who like Jawan Jennings, I think would have been bad for Zay, like bad for his upside, not for like him performing where he is.
Right.
I think Dobbs, I think that it would be a good, like a solid pick for them. And I think that it could be good for Zay as well to elevate him, which we don't need in this, but like just in a general philosophy thing, that's kind of what I'm viewing.
Not a bad stack then, if that happens.
Yeah. So running backs are super dead here. We still only have the 2. Do we want to force one, or do we want to just finish out receiver a little bit?
Show me the quarterbacks again also.
Mendoza, Cam Ward. Daniel Jones.
Okay, Kyler did go then.
Yeah.
That was okay. All right, then let's look at wide receivers, running backs.
So Shakir's falling pretty far.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, I just take. Okay, he goes.
Okay. Do we want to believe he's running back one? I kind of really like Rashad White. Josh Downs should actually be moving way up as well.
Yeah, let's go, Josh Downs.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I think finishing out wide receiver here, like adding one late guy now and just hitting running back throughout. Because
Yeah,
I mean, we're basically double anchor, right? Like this feels pretty
Right.
solid.
yeah, yeah. We do need to start adding some. Oh, J.K. Dobbins went. I like that pick. I've been pretty in on Dobbins. I guess this is maybe a little bit higher than he had been going before the signing,
Yeah.
but I like it. I like it there.
Well, he's went up and then down and then up and then down.
Yeah.
He's been kind of all over. By the way, if you're just popping in, if you could smash a like, that'd be awesome. Also, if you enjoy the content, hit the sub. I go live all the time. And also, this is Neil Orfield. I'm sure all of you know him, but his information is in the descriptions below. Be sure to go there as well. Click sub to him as well.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
And yeah, you got another stream later tonight that people can check out.
Yeah, I do. And that's going to be it's going to be, hopefully we feel a bigger board on that one, but
Yeah.
we'll see. They can be hard to fill. But yeah, I've been streaming a lot. But I don't have commitments. So it's easy to do.
Nice.
None, like 0 commitments, except for work, which I do 3 times a week. So
Nice.
yeah.
Living
So
the dream.
right. So for those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you know Neil. Like you made your claim in daily fantasy, right? Like
Yep. Yeah, I largely people got to know who I was because I won the Millie Maker and then was hired by Stochastic, Osmo at the time, and worked for them for a couple of years. And they have a pretty big audience. So that's kind of where most people know me from. If you look at people in my Discord when they post their screenshots in the Discord, most of them still have that Stochastic avatar. So
yeah.
yeah, that's where people mostly know me from.
All right, we got James Conner. We could take Brooks. Like
Yeah.
Kamara feels dead right now. Woody Marks may actually be fine at this point.
I don't like Woody Marks.
I
go
don't like
Connor.
him either. Yeah, I don't either. But like, he is a contingent back. They did get a guy in there to probably let him do the role that he's designed to do. Like, I think he's a better pick now than he was without another guy on the team. And he goes 20 picks later. That doesn't mean I love the player.
Yeah.
I just think that pick wise, he's better.
Right. You like the value.
I think it's a better value for sure.
Yeah.
You're drowning in Tampa Bay. When are you going to start doing content? Because you've been on vacation. You said you went to France, right?
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out my plans exactly. I'll probably do some pre-draft. Otherwise, I'm just going to start hammering it as soon as the draft happens. I'm sort of trying something new this year, so I'm like currently taking a data science course and trying to get to a place where I can make my own, at the very least, make my own projections and rankings. Maybe make some of my own tools and have something that I can offer to Flaniverse subs. So I've been not really doing content in part because I'm starting to do that, but also because I was on vacation and then I've just been sick the entire time since I was sick to start the year. So it's been a rough year for me just from being sick more often than not and then traveling for a couple weeks. But yeah, I'll probably do some pre-draft stuff.
Okay, so here, do we want to take the swing on Brooks, who I have too much of? I kind of think Kayshon Boutte should be moving up since they didn't get Pierce as well.
Or Kayshon Boutte or Troy Franklin would be my.
Which one do you want?
Let's go with the Boutte.
Let's go with the Boutte. Sounds good.
Slap that Boutte.
We could be slap it on home. I mean, we're done, right? Like we could just hit this with volume now.
Yeah.
And I mean, we could be done there. We could be done there.
Yeah.
And like we're literally just Is this a random 8 running back team?
Could be. Yeah,
I,
nothing. I see Stephanie is giving us breaking news in chat. But
no
one thing that I've learned
offense.
for Stephanie also involved with leg up
Yeah.
and
Had
the sidekick tool, which what I've learned largely from the sidekick tool is sometimes these insane builds, like where it's like you're taking a 5th quarterback. Sometimes I'm like, it might be okay. So yeah, if we want to just load up on running backs, like sometimes that's the right play.
I'm having Neil ass play withdrawals.
Yeah, I haven't really formed my best ball opinions yet either. It's part of this. Like I don't have much to say, which is I kind of think like getting more into
Yeah.
doing my own projections, that kind of stuff will probably help me to
So
come up with some more of those Neil ass plays for best ball.
I've been debating on doing that same thing, but like I've been trying to learn like a little bit of editing and stuff, and like next year I'm gonna work on that stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah,
There's some guys in my Discord, like it's a small Discord, but one guy is making his own overlay right now.
nice.
So like like I basically like I've seen it in action. It's gonna be nice, and it's gonna work for DK as well.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I would do my own overlay just because, like I said, I've been using the sidekick. I've had
Yeah,
success with the sidekick. I think they do great work, so I'll probably try to make, if I do get into making tools, it'll be something new.
Fantasy Dog knows what's up. 52 watching, 23 likes. Come on. Uh, so we have I think. Do you like Sean Tucker, Aaron Jones, Katron Allen?
No opinion on the rookies. So
Yeah.
I'll start with that. Yeah, or Keaton Mitchell is now a free agent, could sign somewhere fun.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, kind of.
Let's do it. I rarely take them, and like we're just taking a lot of names now, right?
Yeah.
We just need these two to stay healthy enough, right?
Yep.
And then just hit a whole like. So the team right now, just to remind you, we got Lamar, we got Tyler Shuck, we have Saquon, Javante, James Conner, Keaton Mitchell. Wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Olave, Marvin Harrison, Ricky Pearsall, Romeo Dobbs, Josh Downs, K. Sean Butte, Fannin plus Laporta. Like, I mean, we may just be able to add another tight end as well. We don't need to, right? We don't need to add another wide receiver, but I feel like one of those positions we'll probably add an extra piece on.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we can just kind of see what the best values are available. Yeah, Aaron
Yeah.
Jones, I don't hate that call.
Like I think he is too cheap as well.
Yeah.
Like he was going quite a bit higher. So
I don't hate the Trey Harris price with Keenan Allen, Mike.
Yeah.
Wait, not Mike Williams, but Keenan Allen getting older.
I think we need to take
Oh yeah, we
a
need
running back.
backs. I actually don't hate Tank Bigsby as a handcuff either.
Let's do that. Well, there is some very, very mild Barkley trade talks.
Oh, is there really? Well, so then double reason to take
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby.
Like to the like I think it's one of those a great GM will try to trade everybody for the right price.
Yeah.
Like I think it's one of those things. Hey, do you want to give us a first and a second for Saquon? No.
Right.
And then a reporter hears that they were trying to trade him. And
Right.
Reports it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, right? That's kind of what I assume that means, but we'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, he won a Super Bowl in his first year with the team. I don't think they're looking
Death
to get rid of
tax,
him that quick.
yeah, death taxes. Aaron Jones pulling just hate me. And
I like the second
Old man.
comment from Emo
Yeah.
there because
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
have a history with the Chargers, like third, fourth receivers.
Yeah,
Josh Palmer.
Yeah.
I was in on Trey Harris last year also.
We're-
Yeah.
nice. We're still waiting on 5 for the bigger board, so it's probably not going to fill. Sorry for anybody who jumped on here to do that. But yeah, I think Tank Bigsby is just a solid pick. And one thing that, like, if Saquon misses 4 weeks, especially with as thin as we're going to be, like at the top end, like having the handcuff in this situation for just a few weeks, if Saquon comes back and smashes, like we want this team to advance. The best way to make sure we get some points is to have that backup.
Yep. No, I think it's a strong pick for us.
Yeah, I think I'm in on Braylon at 200.
Seems like a fair price for Braylon.
Uh,
Man, Dylan Sampson, I was so in on him last year.
I mean, we could do either
I
one.
guess he did have his
Or-
breakout weeks. No, we
yeah.
can go Braylon.
So I've refused to click Caleb Johnson until we find out if Aaron Rodgers is going to play there.
Because Aaron Rodgers hates him.
That's you remember the video of him just screaming at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess they lost Kenneth Gainwell, so there is more of a path.
Minshew to Zona. I mean,
I agree. There's a non-zero that he's the week 17 because again, Jacoby Brissett, as good as he was last year, fantasy wise, I just don't really believe in it.
yeah. So speaking of that, like, also the one thing he does really well is he gets hit.
Yeah,
He-
right.
Like his superpower is being able to get the ball away at the last possible second and take maximum punishment.
Yeah,
Which is a skill. As much as I want to laugh about it, it's a skill. Like being able to just continually get slammed to the ground. Like that's a skill. Is
Minshew any good anymore though? Like Minshew did not look good for the Chiefs last year, right?
So Michael Pittman made him basically because
Okay,
Michael
yeah.
Pittman's game works perfectly for him. And other than Michael Pittman, like what, like with the Colts it was like a 3-game sample. Like,
Wasn't he started with the Jags, right? I thought he was pretty decent on the Jags.
oh yeah, he was. Yeah, that I don't know why I was forgetting about that. But I've been out on Joe Mixon completely as well. Not on Devin Neal. That feels pretty bad right now. I wouldn't mind taking the big upside swing on either Claiborne or Singleton.
Okay.
The
I was
market
also Mason Taylor was going to be my pick, but yeah, I'll take one of these rookies I've never heard of. Sure.
So Singleton, Claiborne's. Let's take Singleton. I actually have Claiborne ranked higher. As you see, I have more of him. Singleton was the guy who was looked at as possibly being like a back end first round pick coming into this year, and then he wasn't really good.
Yeah.
And he's on the same team with Katron Allen and all that. And then he broke his foot at the Senior Bowl and couldn't go to the combine, but he should be ready by I guess he's supposed to be ready enough to work out at the pro day. It wasn't I think it was like a stress fracture thing. So, I think Dunze played through one or whatever. And I'm not a doctor. I don't know what all that would be. Yeah, McBride should. I mean, this is true. Like Minshew would be elite for McBride.
Yeah.
Like absolutely elite for McBride. And Brissett has already been elite for McBride.
Yeah.
So I do think that McBride, I've been saying I had Bowers over him. But I think that I think I'm back to having McBride over him. I mean I just think you just take some. I felt pretty good about the fade if Malik Willis was the guy, and now that he's not, I don't have a take on it. We're Shadur Sanders or Deshaun Watson? Who you got?
Shadur Sanders. I can't imagine that Deshaun Watson, is that legit? Is he actually going to be the quarterback? I know there's been some rumblings, but
I know it's so gross, ain't it?
Yeah, and we did it just it was 2 years ago that we did the Deshaun Watson thing where it was like, oh, he's too good of a value. Everybody kept all the rankings and stuff, and I drafted a lot of Deshaun Watson, and it's one of those things where the vibes are just so bad that I can't imagine it working out.
So I'm gonna queue up some picks that I think are fine back here. I think Brashard Smith is basically completely dead.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. As of today, I suppose. I was thinking it would look good, but no, you're right. Oh, Holani, I like.
Yeah, I think I want to get a bag of Holani if I can, and Giddens another contingent guy. Let's do that. And Saquon, Javonte, Connor, Mitchell, Bigsby, Braylon, Singleton just for an upside swing, Holani, and we could take Devontae Walker. We could take whoever else you like down here. Any late round darts that you like, players that like Traylon Burks. He's on Washington,
He
by the
just
way. He
signed with the
signed.
Commanders, yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
actually was fine.
He looked pretty good last year. Like I had kind of written him off, and he
Yeah.
made some plays at least. Devon Vele. I mean, we've got the stack. I kind of like that.
I have. So Shuck is my number 2 drafted quarterback, and I take a lot of Ale in the last round whenever I have him. I just wasn't gonna put that evil on you.
Yeah. No, I think like he was pretty. I guess also if we're doing stack him, it could do Rashad Bateman. He was so bad last year.
Well,
I couldn't believe how bad he was.
There's rumors on him getting traded now.
Oh, really?
Bateman, yeah.
Oh man, Mac Jones. That's a fantastic pick. I think because I think Mac Jones has a 50% chance of landing as a starter somewhere.
Really, you're in on that? I'm pretty out on that.
Are you? You just don't- you
Young
don't believe
Moolah over here has like an absolute bag of Mac Jones.
I mean, for a 20-round draft, I think that he's a strong pick. I don't know about 18 round. I probably need a little bit more evidence that he's going to end up somewhere. But
Yeah, but look at them. Yeah, there's too many running backs. But yeah, I here's my take on the Mac Jones thing, and I told Moolah when he came on. Even if he signs somewhere or gets traded, or right? Like, what's he gonna move up to? Like I don't think he's a bad pick. I think having a big bag of him is a bad process. Because
maybe.
what's the
He's
value?
going so late though. Like I think he's a legitimately like decent quarterback. So like I think
Right.
I guess there were rumors at one point that the Vikings might trade for him. I think if he ended up on the Vikings as a starting quarterback, I think he's a really strong pick. But that is kind of maybe a best case scenario. So yeah, I'm probably overvaluing it based on those rumors. Now, if Kyler goes to the Vikings, Mac Jones could just end up still being a backup quarterback and maybe a wasted pick.
Let's play the game. Where do you draft him if he goes to the Vikings? Like, because this was my point. Like, I don't think you take him. I mean, you basically take him here, right?
I take him way ahead of Penix. Personally,
Well,
I take him.
You end up taking him like up here?
After Stroud, before Dimes.
Okay, so in between Darnold, Bryce Young. So
Probably
back over here on this side. 140. See, I personally, I don't know if he. I mean, I guess he probably should jump that high if he went there. So
yeah, I don't know exactly where. I think I'd have him if he's a starting quarterback ahead of Bryce Young. Hartman hasn't been higher. Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably underselling it then. Yeah, I mean, I can admit whenever, like, I hadn't even thought about them going to the Vikings specifically, but every other landing spot, I don't think he raises that high. But anyway, our team, we got a 2-8-8-2 here. We got Lamar Jackson, we got Tyler Shuck, we have Saquon, Javonte, James Conner, Keaton Mitchell, Tank Bigsby, Braylon Allen, Nicholas Singleton, George Halani. What do you think about that? You think it's enough? You think we went too far?
Because we got those two anchors and then just a lot of dart throws. Totally fine.
Yeah, and then I think our wide receivers are awesome. We got Lamb, Olave, Harrison, Pearsall, Dobbs, Downs, Booty, Vele. I feel like that's enough.
Yeah, for sure. We got
And
depth.
then Fan and Laporta, like, more than enough there. Probably too much, but it works.
Yeah, I think where we took them, 79, 103. Yeah, maybe too much. No, I think they're good.
Yeah, we got the 10 pick fall on Laporta, and we got Harold Fannin at ADP. Yeah, I like the team. I think it's a pretty strong team.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that build. Yeah, I don't know what my most common build is. I should go back and look at some of my teams. Some of them are like literally just taking the top of the sidekick every time.
Yeah.
More recently, I've been kind of editorializing more, taking my own flavor. But
what's your biggest thought right now for like what offense do you think is going to kind of excel that's underrated? Which one do you think is going to flop based on prices?
Oof.
like
All right.
one of each.
All right. Let me pull up the standings just to like
Yeah.
look at because I have not given any thought to. So we're talking fantasy, I assume.
Yeah, like fantasy wise, like me personally, I'm having a really hard time getting to the Eagles. Uh, yes, their OC was really bad last year, but it's another Sirianni hire. They had trouble with the offensive line. Then the offensive line guy retired, and then they hired the Vikings offensive line guy, which
Right.
doesn't feel great. Uh, Saquon looked fine, but not like Saquon. Like he still looked like he had explosiveness, but it it seemed to come and go a little more than it did before. So it
Yeah.
worries me some.
That is true. We took Saquon. He has not been a huge target for me, but
I mean, we got him right where my rankings are, like
yeah.
literally exactly. And like, here's the question: do you like Kenneth Walker or Barkley? Because we could
Ooh,
have pulled up Barkley or Walker. Like
we could have.
for me, I like Derrick Henry over Barkley. Um, I don't have to ever take him that way, so I don't do it. But I think I like Kenneth Walker and Barkley to me are very, very close, and I think everything else, like I think Love, AJ, and Hampton, Cook, and Genty are all kind of the same spot. I think Henry's kind of the top of the next tier with Barkley and probably Walker and Chase Brown.
Yeah. So I want to say that the Commanders are a team that are going to make a big comeback. The problem is that we just don't know like who's going to be their starting running back. We don't know who the wide receivers are beyond Terry McLaurin. But I think like if Jaden Daniels can stay healthy, I think he's in for a bounce back year. So I don't hate that. I mean, I love the Bears, but they're also like everybody loves the Bears.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, That's a good like. What do you think about? I mean, now that DJ Moore's out, like the prices don't feel too much because we've seen teams pay off three top 50 or 60 picks before, right?
Yeah,
So like, but whenever it was three top 60 and one in the ninth, it felt a little weird, you
right.
know. Um, but I think the Bears could be. I think one of the three Bears pieces is awesome this year. Like I think that one of the three is going to be something you needed at some point.
Well, I'm
Either,
also like I'm in on DeAndre Swift this year. Like I kind of think he's going a little
yeah,
bit underrated.
yeah.
Just like he was pretty good last year, still in a great offense. Team seems to like him.
I'm down to 9.7%. I had like 15% at one point because he started falling into the six all the time.
Yeah,
And I just started trying to push him to the six to get like slightly stronger teams, right?
yeah,
Now that like I think I want to be like 11% though, because I've had Swift over Hendo, Harvey, Judkins the entire time.
yeah. That's the thing. It's like I don't
Like
love that range, and I kind of think that he goes at the back of it, and I don't think he should go at the back of it. Like I don't think
yeah,
Harvey is that great of a pick. I don't think Hendo is that great of a pick. Maybe my opinion will change throughout the summer, but that's like my first instinct is the teams didn't seem to love them this year after spending big draft capital on them. So why do we think they're gonna take a big step forward?
well the news came out on the RJ Harvey stuff with or with the Broncos trying to get involved in the David Montgomery trade, right?
Right. Well, then they
And
just signed J.K. Dobbins back.
yeah, but like Dobbins was way more efficient last year
Yeah.
than
Oh yeah.
RJ Harvey was, right?
Yeah.
Like you know that because you did all the daily stuff, looking at all the numbers as well
Yep.
on fantasy points, which I need to re up. I need to re up.
You
I
should join
forgot.
us. Join us in the UFL streets this year.
I was gonna ask if you're gonna do UFL. Because I was actually a season ticket holder to the Battlehawks.
Oh no
I
way. That's a good
I
team to
gave
be.
them up because I switched from working 5 weekdays to 3 weekend days,
Okay.
and I didn't want to take 2 days off work to go to the game, basically, because like the way my schedule works, I would have had to basically take 2 days off to go, because it's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours away, so it's like just on the borderline of too far to like drive in the night.
Yeah.
Uh, so like I actually had season tickets for the first, I think it was 3 years. Um,
Wow.
But yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
Got to watch. I watched Josh Gordon play football
Yep.
because
That's good.
yeah,
A lot of
Seattle.
those former NFL players joining
Yeah, I was
the
actually
NFL
going to ask you about the discount for the
for fantasy
fantasy
points.
points because I know you had one. I was going
Yeah,
to message you later about that,
they
or you could just drop
I
it
don't
here. I don't
I
care.
don't think I have one currently. So they
Okay.
usually like I'll message Scott, but he's usually like, yeah, we don't have them active yet, and then at some point, usually it is around now that he re-ups them. So I'll have to ask him about that. But yeah,
They
I don't
have one out right now that's a 10% one, and I would rather use somebody's that I know.
appreciate
You
that.
know, yeah. So I mean, mine's still active until next season, right? Because theirs is a calendar year for them,
Oh
right?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
that's
a
right.
rolling calendar year.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
all re-ups at the draft or whatever, I think, something like that.
yeah.
So,
All right.
what team do you think is going to be bad?
I mean, the Raiders,
The Raiders, yeah.
they're just gonna be bad again, right?
Uh, I was surprised we haven't seen them sign an offensive lineman yet.
Yeah. Like I don't have high hopes for the Raiders. Who I mean, kind of think the Colts probably regress. Like after the Colts were kind of dominating the league much of last year, I don't know. I'm not sure that I believe in them going forward because they franchise tagged Dimes, right?
They transition tagged him.
Okay.
So
So
basically, whatever the one that they did is the one that the other team can match, and
okay.
or they get to match the offer of the other team, but they have to match the exact offer. So if that team front loads it and they can't do a front loaded contract, the other
Oh,
team just gets them. Basically,
interesting.
uh, so Jonathan Taylor, you're pretty out on him then if you don't.
I've still been drafting him, just learning my lesson, just the volume of the running backs. Like I've just been taking a lot more running backs this year than I ever have before. So that does include Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, he's not like my favorite first round click, but I have been taking it. Wait, I just had another. I mean, I think the Browns are going to be bad again, which sucks because I like Fannin quite a bit. I think Quinshon Judkins is probably a fine pick, but he kind of fell off toward the end of last year. Like Judkins was great, early on, had huge volume, and then towards the end of the year just kind of stopped performing fantasy wise, was not getting the same yards per carry later in the year.
So
And the debate now is Shador Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Like I just don't see how that's going to go great.
so this is something I haven't dove into, and I want to. I probably should have already. I mean, we could just do it now, but like. I feel like all of Judkins' efficient games came before Shador started. And that when Shador started, the NFL defensive coaches did the thing they usually do with rookies. It's like, okay, beat me in the air.
Yeah.
Like this isn't a hate on Shador thing. This is just what NFL defensive coordinators do whenever you have a good running game and a rookie quarterback. It's like, okay, beat us. We're going to do some run blitzes. You need to beat us in the air.
Yeah.
And I think that, and their offensive line wasn't good anyway, but they've
Right.
already made, I think, 2 moves to improve their offensive line because they traded for Titus Howard and I think, did they sign somebody today? I think they might have signed somebody today. I can't remember for sure,
Oh, is that right?
but I know they made 2 moves. Maybe they made a second trade. But like they know that they need to improve the offensive line. So I kind of do like the Judkins pick as well, and I also think they're going to be really bad. So,
Yeah.
like I mean, Jerry Jeudy is their number 1 receiver, and he goes at like 160. Like what? When was it? Like, remember 2 years ago when we were doing the same thing, with the number 1 receiver on the Patriots is going at 120, and his name is Jalen Polk.
Yeah. Oh God.
And like everybody steams up, but he's a number 1, right?
Yeah,
Like I
right.
think we've learned our lesson. Maybe we learned it too much because Jerry Judy's at 173.
Yeah. Seems like a fine pick there.
Yeah. It like I don't have a lot of them because I'm a perennial Jerry Judy hater. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. Like it doesn't like the players you don't like. You don't have to have a reason. You just have to know that you don't like them.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's all that matters.
Steve Smith said that he's a Jag, and I just trust Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Who's a Jag?
Said that Jared Judy's a Jag.
Oh yeah, just a guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would thought you'd talk about Jaguars. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Steve Smith. That was hilarious.
Yeah. Although he
whole
did come
back
back and retracted later on after his big breakout 2 years ago.
and then I think he said something again. Like
Did he
after
really?
that. I'm not positive, but
That's funny.
I love Steve Smith's show. It's awesome. So what is your slow drafts? Like, what price has stuck out to you the most?
I mean, I do think Kyler's a great price because I think he's going to end up starting somewhere, and I think he's a good fantasy asset. Even if you don't think he's a great real life player, I think that he's a good. Oh, I forgot about the Steve Smith that controversy.
Well, he so on his current shows, like, sorry to like tangent here, but he talks all the time about like one of their sponsors is like some kind of an enhancement deal. And he's always like, now that I'm single, he's always like,
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So back to Kyler.
Oh yeah. So I think Kyler stands out to me as a pretty strong pick. I'm going to pull up ADP.
All right.
Because Let's see.
Kyler is 123.9. But yeah,
That's a lot higher than it was for a while, right?
Yeah, because he was going at 140. Because whenever I made this rank, I had him ranked a few spots above ADP.
Yeah. So and J.K. Dobbins is one that I loved, early on. That I think that he's moved up quite a bit, so it's a little bit harder to, not quite as good of a value. Yeah, Bucky Irving now is up to 26. It seems like a lot of the players that I initially was really in on have moved up enough that it's like, okay, I'm not sure anymore.
What do you think of the Gainwell Bucky thing? I knew they were going to add somebody, but man, they're talking about like how he's going to be this pass catcher again, and like they're going to use him for everything, and then they go out and they sign somebody who led their team in reception.
Yeah, it makes me nervous. Yeah, for sure. As somebody who has a bag of Bucky, like I think Gainwell was actually like legitimately good last year. Like I've seen people make jokes about it, like, come on, it's Kenneth Gainwell. You don't have to worry about that for Bucky Irving. And you might not. Like it could be that he's just like a clear backup, but given how much he showed this past year, it's a concern. Like I think he's probably at least as good as Rachaad White, I think. So yeah, it's a bit of a concern.
Yeah, like I mean, he was Aaron Rodgers' favorite player. Like,
yeah,
like Aaron Rodgers couldn't talk enough about him. Like, I'm
right.
really surprised that, like, I am kind of wondering if Rodgers comes back. Like, I've been hitching my wagon to if Gainwell stays in Pittsburgh, it's probably because Rodgers is coming back.
Right. So now that he's gone, you think Rodgers might be an indication?
I think it's more up in the air. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But it could just mean Aaron Jones is going there too.
Right.
Right. So a price that I haven't been able to get on this whole time, and maybe you can talk me into it. There was one up here, like Courtland Sutton.
Yeah, I've taken little to none of Courtland Sutton, so I am right with you. He did kind of emerge back to his like lead receiver role at the end of last year, so he does have that going for him. It was like I still like it worries me that there was a period of time this past year that he was like had lost the role to Troy Franklin. It was the weirdest thing that like there was a period of weeks where Troy Franklin was out targeting him, out route running him, all that, and then by the end of the season though he got it back, but it's still enough of a concern. I think he did. I thought towards the end of the year he was back to like full time.
At the end of the year, like we'll go to player profiler real quick. He put up a bunch of stinkers all in a row.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So 15. So like he had a good stretch from 13 to 16, which is, and then he went to 8, 1.5, 9.3. But like Pat Bryant, who wasn't really healthy, like he ended up getting hurt. He got 10 targets in like a drive. That one where he got a concussion in the playoffs.
The first drive of the game, right? Yeah, that was.
Yeah. FK Coolers and I were really upset about this because he wasn't like 100% drafted in the dailies on the postseason slate. And we both had like 28+% of Pat Bryant that week, and the first drive was literally just target.
Yeah. I had a boatload in DFS, so I was on the same page as you. I was like, hell yeah, nailed this. And then I feel like it happened to another player that same weekend. That was like the guy I'm all in on gets targeted a billion times and then gets hurt.
That was the Kenneth Walker blow up when Sharps got hurt too.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think that might have been it. Yeah.
All right, so I was over on both of them. I'm like, one of these guys is going to smash.
Yeah.
I just want both. So are you going to go ahead and head out since or do you want to, like, we're up 4 for the bigger board. If we do another, we'll just have to do a big board. It's up to you. I'm going to say either way.
Hang on. Let me see if I've gotten any messages from my wife.
All good.
I think all right. Yep. I got to go. I got to get moving. I do have a message from my wife.
All right.
So we need to. All right. But I would love to come back on another time. Yeah,
well, whenever you've whenever you want, like, just message me. We'll work something out.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
cool.
It'll be all good. Like, I'm glad you had fun on your vacations. Glad to see you're back in the streaming.
Yeah. Thank you for reintroducing me to streaming.
Yeah. I will always love to have you on. Like, I know you're really player takesy, so like having you on without the takes felt like it's a little different, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm not really in there, and I'm just a Degen, and I've been way in on the player takes already. So
that's funny that you think of me as being player takes. I guess that is true in DFS because I do most of my content is showdown, so then I do really dive in and like develop. But I feel like for Bestball, I'm like not that.
Well, you don't have many. But the ones you have are strong.
That is true. Yeah.
So that's true. Like I like to debate like a strong take.
Yeah.
Like why that take is strong. Because the one thing I want to do is I want to combat, if I have a fade on that player, I want to know why I'm fading them, if I'm an idiot or not. Because it's like we're all going to be idiots on some players. That's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
And like.
So many.
I want somebody to talk me out of my stupidity. Is kind of how it is.
I needed more people to talk me out of my stupidity last year. Bill Bresky says skull. That's exactly the stupidity I needed people to talk me out of last year. As I was loading up on JJ McCarthy and Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and both running backs, and just none of it worked out last year. But hopefully this year we'll get it.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Yep.
Cool.
Have a great day. Peace.
Right. See you soon.
All right. So it looks like we're not going to be able to fill the bigger board. It's still at 4. I'm going to do one. I'm going to try to fill one later tonight. And in 2 hours and 15 minutes, I'm going to go live with Fantasy Dog Pound. I'm going to try to do one there. We're going to go ahead and back out of this. I will try again in a little while, but we're going to go ahead and jump in another big board. And we're going to do just this big board, and then we're going to stop. But we're going to enter a big board, and we're going to enter it in 15 seconds. We never leave the rhyme. Fury. Endless. Relentless. Fantasy. Reigns. Who waits? Immortal. All right, we are back. We got 5 more to go. Definitely loved having Neil on. It was a good time. Glad to see his back. Like I said during that, I was like, yeah, I have no commitments. At the end, he's like, we'll see if I can stay. Oh, my wife messaged me. I gotta go. So I respect it. But that's why I'm able to just do this forever, because I have 0 commitments to anything. Probably not the healthiest thing, but it is what it is. But we are going to throw on some background music here. Um, let me know if it's too loud. I know that some people have said that it's too loud sometimes. I like some. I don't really think it has been, and a lot of the chat hasn't. So let me know. I try to keep the same rate every day. And by the way, if you're new to the channel and you've enjoyed the content, please hit the sub. At 500 subs, if we hit it pre-draft, we're going to do a 12-hour live stream post-draft. It'll be an awesome time. We'll have a lot of guests on for sure. I'm looking forward. I keep talking about it because I bump that ish. Turn the draft into a club. End at the 10. Yeah, so I keep talking about it because I want to do it. Basically, I want to do it. So we are at the 104. We got Anthony at the 102, Alex at the 101. We have Wilson at the 10. If you're in here and I didn't call up your name, go ahead and say something. We are going to go to this other screen real quick. We're going to go to Big Board, and we're going to make sure we name this while we're on stream so we don't forget. There we go. All good now. I guess I don't know when I said ish or whatever. Has there been any news while I've been yeah, while I've been live? So yeah, I've like I've been saying for a long time, and I think the market fully agrees. There's an absolute top 4. Now, if you want to throw one guy into the mix, maybe, but I don't think in any world you should have any of these guys after pick 5. No, nothing of relevance. Got it. I mean, I really like a bunch of the defensive signings that have been happening. Like, I'm kind of just a football enjoyer, so I like to look over all of that kind of stuff. Ravens offered Lindenbaum 4-year, $88 million, got 381. Dang. Centers are pretty underpaid. Not sure why they would be worth less than guards. I mean, I absolutely agree. Like, you look at the past, like, 7 Super Bowl champions. I know that KC's been there a couple times, but most of, like, so Kansas City's had a top 5 guard forever. Or a center, right? That was one thing that the Eagles also had, who made it to 2 Super Bowls in that period, right? So I think the Eagles won 2, right? With yeah, they won 2. They won one with Juergens, and they won one with Jason Kelsey. And then Kansas City, our center is really awesome. So, like, I kind of think the center is very important and doesn't get respect for sure. So I was hoping we would get some like Kyler news today. It kind of looks like the quarterback market might take a little longer. Last Super Bowl champs have averaged in the 1.9% of the cap. Lindy is almost getting 9. That's crazy. I do need to, like, I already have some Kenneth Walker. And so let's use the old combo tool. I have a bunch of Derrick Henry with him. Don't have very much Chase Brown. So most of these teams have Puka Derrick Henry. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Chase Brown share here. No, we're gonna take Kenneth Walker. We're by ourselves. We're gonna pull up the Chief. A guy that one of the other guys I was thinking about taking here may end up falling anyway. So it'll be like Derrick Henry and Chase Brown, I think, are like the clear picks there, but I'm pretty in on Olave. But I do want to start getting a little bit more AJ Brown and a little bit more T. Higgins. So, but I'm sure I don't have any Puka teams with Josh Allen, and I think it's a fine thing to do. All right, so I have to be here for it to matter, right? Yeah, we'll take Josh Jacobs. That's kind of what I wanted. I wanted to get Josh Jacobs or Josh Allen with Puka there. Go double anchor running back again. Oh, that is horrible for me. My biggest stand is Torrey Horton. Like that's or Torrey Horton was one of my bigger stands. So that is really, really bad for that. How much did they get? Hold your Horton shares. Yeah. I mean, he's still like, even with Shaheed there, he's still worth pick 190, right? Like he showed that he's a spike week guy. I really can't believe that they let all the running backs go and pay up that much. I know we took Walker like 2-3 turn area when we drafted. Was he ever a late third? I have some teams with Kenneth Walker at the back end. Because he was going at the back end of this round for a little bit. Like every once in a while he would slip back here. There wasn't a time that was his normal spot though. Yeah, I mean, like, it's worse for the Shaheed bags because the Shaheed bags are higher up the draft board, right? I mean, I need more Igbuka, I know that. So Igbuka does go. Let's double stack Rams. Why not? I'm at weight with Shaheed and I'm overweight. I'm 3X on Horton. Do you think there's a chance Seahawks give Shaheed more routes without Clint Kubiak? So the reason they moved to Kubiak was because McDonald wanted to run the ball more. It's kind of weird to me that they're paying that much money for a wide receiver whenever JSN still needs his contract, right? So to me, that means that this could be a philosophy change into passing the ball more with a contract that big. Maybe part of the reason that they weren't doing the whole what do we want here? Um, we're just gonna take Carnell Tate. I like Carnell Tate. So yeah, like he was awesome as a returner. Thank you for your take. I have way too much Shaheed. Yeah, like, but yeah, Cup's under contract for 1 year. Torrey Horton, what like it's the worst for probably Torrey Horton, right? Like, Cup has a role, all of that. Like, so part of the reason I wonder if they wanted to go to the big run game stuff is because they weren't confident in their quarterback play with Geno Smith. Maybe not, but maybe. And maybe they wanted to solidify the run game because of that. And they weren't positive that Darnold was going to be as good as he was. And now that Darnold actually looked awesome, they're fully willing to commit. Maybe that's what's going on, but I don't know. Like, it feels weird to me. Wonder if they go shootout mode this year with all the... Yeah. Yep. That's kind of what I'm debating. Naylor plus return kicks. By the way, Sus, what'd you think of my because I didn't see your reply, but the conspiracy that I had that looks like it may be true right now. Before free agency, I had a take on the Scatabo situation. Part of it was hopium, I know, but I feel like it was a logical situation. Shaheed is also better at receiving weapon than Naylor. Shaheed, so generally, like, removing Adonai Mitchell from a lot of these recent trades mid-season, most of the mid-season trades for wide receivers, the wide receiver just doesn't perform well. So do we want Jalen Warren or Bayshal Tootin? I think we're going to take Tootin here. He's probably going to steam up. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, the whole theory was that, like, they're so incompetent that they're doing the worst bluff of all time, acting like they want a running back to try to trade the pick away. So once they found out that Tennessee is probably going to take him, they're just like, well, fuck this. Guess we don't have to pretend anymore. That's my theory on what happened. I'm gonna go ahead and take DK Metcalf there. I thought about Tyler Warren quite a bit, but having the double stack, I think I want to make sure I have another wide receiver from a different team, having all that capital there, because if they spike, it's probably going to be in alternating weeks. So for the playoffs specifically, I kind of need to make sure I have some more wide receiver firepower. And maybe that's incorrect process, but yeah. The bigger board later. So at 7:30 Central Time, Pat will be on. I already have the video's already posted, by the way. So I'll be, after this draft, I'll be putting a post out on X with the time as well. Fantasy Dog Pound is going to repost it and all that stuff as well. So hopefully that one fills. It's a lot easier to fill bigger boards later at night as well. So that one I have no problem with just thinking that it's going to fill. So it's hard to get a ton of reps and sync with a quarterback when you come over midseason. That type of chemistry is developed in the offseason, tone set by Peyton and Harrison years ago. Absolutely. Like, that's kind of my point with the Shaheed thing. Like, and Sam Darnold was, like, the timing he had with JSN was insane, right? So, I don't necessarily think it's that bad for Shaheed or for the, like, they might just become a pass happy offense. I'm not gonna like make my entire bags based on that, but they obviously aren't giving any respect at all to running back, unless they're the team that's willing to pay. Unless they're the team willing to give up their first round pick for Achane or something, which would be wild, right? Tell the guy who just won you a Super Bowl nah, and then trade for Achane and pay him $18 million a year, something like that. Do we take a share of Jacoby? Do we take a share of Jacoby Myers? I'm just gonna lock up my double stack. Not gonna play around with it. I know that the one and the two aren't going to take him, and probably the three was going to let me have him back, but yeah. Tootin can't not be the one. Where do you see Love being drafted right now with all these dominoes falling? I think it's pretty obvious he's going to the Titans, and I think the Titans have made it obvious to the other teams that he's going to go there. I think that's why we stopped hearing the talk about Love to the Giants, and they backed off all the running back stuff. I think that's why we've seen ETN and Kenneth Walker get the contracts they did to the teams they did. I think the Commanders are holding out hope that that's not true. I think that it's almost for sure the Titans. I just kind of feel that. I felt that for a while though too. Dowdle would be awesome as a Viking. Scoop up more Chris Godwin. Absolutely. So I doubt I can get Baker back, but there's a couple wide receiver or quarterbacks I don't mind back here. Since the NFL, since the combine and the Jermaine Johnson trade, I basically, at that point, I felt like, so this was my theory, and a lot of you have already heard it. But the second the Jermaine Johnson for Tavondre Sweat trade happened, I felt like at that moment, it was very, very likely that Jeremiah Love became a Tennessee Titan. The reason why is because Robert Saleh, that trade happened very close to the time that they got official measurements for arm length for the pass rushers. And then that trade happens, which means that I think that they were looking at the pass rushers, but David Bailey and Ruben Bain both have shorter arms. So he goes out and gets a guy he's familiar with that profiles as the kind of player that he liked coming out of college. And it kind of broke a tie that they had with another position. And now they've signed Wan'Dale Robinson, so the Brian Dable link has happened, which means they're less likely to take Cardell Tate. So I think every single sign points to the Titans taking Jeremiah Love. And I'm pretty out on, and I was in on Tony Pollard. I had like 10%, but since that trade, I haven't taken a single share of Tony Pollard. And I've only taken one share of Tajay Spears since then. I think that Jeremiah Love is pretty much destined to be. I've even been stacking like when I take Love, I've been stacking him with Cam Ward. So that's how sure I am. Now, that doesn't mean I'm right. It just means I got a feeling, right? And we all know what we can do with feelings. I definitely want one of these two quarterbacks. Would love to get Baker here with the stack on Godwin. So that happens. We will take a third if Kyler comes back around, but Kyler ain't getting past Anthony there. I don't have enough Kyler. I'm not intentionally fading Kyler, by the way. Like, if we go to drafters, I have 18% Kyler Murray on drafters. It's just the way that I've been drafting on Underdog and the way my stacks have fell. It's been, I just haven't gotten to Kyler as much. Since I have so much Horton already, above the field on both Shaheed and JSN, I might as well go all in. I mean, the thing about best ball is it only takes one. So if you just change your opinion of a situation, why triple down on something like that, right? Yeah, let's just pull up Brenton Strange here, actually. Like, you can at any point be like, I was wrong, change your opinion, and that's the team you needed. Bucky been falling much with Gainwell. Yeah, he went at 34. He should fall. Like, I think that Bucky should fall behind ETN. This is kind of what I think the new prices, like, I think that this room has a lot of these prices correct. I've been hoping to draft on the right side of the board today because I want to snag a Scadabo share before he goes back up the board. Kyler to the Jets is well, we can look at this. These were my projected spots for players. All this red is what I was wrong on. I've been right on Mike Evans and Wandale, though. Oh, I was wrong on this one, too. Yeah, I just did this for fun. But, yeah, we're wrong here as well. Let's fill it in. My goal was to get 4 total correct. That was my goal. And I have Kyler Murray. I have Kyler Murray to the Jets there. Yeah, Horton was absolutely playing better than Cup. So if Bailey or Reese are there at number 4, I don't think the Titans can pass on a premier edge. Pollard is pretty darn good. I understand what you're saying, and it's the same exact thing I argued with the Mac Jones stuff. Just because something makes sense doesn't mean an NFL team is going to do it. I think I just want Juwan Johnson, right? We want Emmett Johnson. That's what we want. I haven't taken Emmett Johnson for a while. We're taking an Emmett Johnson share, guys. I know he falls sometimes, but every time I try to push him anywhere, he never falls. So I'm just taking him. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Justice Hill has got to move up, right? I'm still waiting for any information at all on Justice Hill, because Justice Hill got put on IR last year. Or he didn't, like, he ended with a neck injury and then never was seen again, right? Neck injuries are something I don't want to mess with. Like, neck injuries are nasty. So, like, for me specifically, I'm out until I hear anything on that. So we end up getting the guy anyway. So I'm really glad I took Emmett where I did, because Emmett wasn't falling back to 165. Okay, he hasn't been cut yet, but wouldn't Borgazzi, coming from Kansas City, be sharper than running back at number 4? You would think that, but the Bears hired a former GM from Kansas City who was really bad at one point. Around the Alex Smith time, if I remember. I can't remember. It wasn't Poles. Was it Poles? Was it? I can't remember who it was. but they struggled for several years. I don't know. So Kansas City, to be honest, like the thing that they've been awesome at is drafting late round defenders. And it's almost all secondary players. Like they hit on all of them. Like all of them they take late. They've been hitting on. And the ones they took early, like McDuffie, they hit on. So I kind of think that that's the approach that if that's the approach, you want to get a good offense. Like they also don't have weapons, right? Like Cam Ward isn't Patrick Mahomes. So you need an elite player that scares defenses. Kansas City's is Mahomes. I think you could say that Jeremiah Love is that, you know. I mean, how dare you take my Daniel Jones? I wanted the Daniel Jones. How dare you? Let's do the thing. Let's take Aaron Jones. You take a Jones, I take a Jones. We're both happy. Yeah, he really does. As a Chiefs fan, what do you think about former Chiefs exec in Carolina? Brant Tills, he's doing the job, signing Phillips. I mean, to be honest, I don't follow like individual scouts and stuff that much. It's a big swing. Like the Phillips thing, if Phillips is healthy, he's absolutely worth that price. If he's healthy, right? What's the chances that he's healthy? Not super high. So that is what it is. I might just pull up old Tank Bigsby here. Unless, like, did my 14% Theo Johnson kind of got railed today as well? I think we do this and just be done. I'm going to hit. I don't think I like that move. I should have taken a wide receiver there, but I think that this running back room is really good. I don't know. I think I'm fine. I have quite a bit of capital there. I'm probably going to add a third quarterback. This is going to be a 3-6-8-3 for sure. Thanks everybody for hitting the like. We weren't getting likes earlier, but we got them all now. Thank you all. Also, if you're new to the channel, if you could come on over to if you drop down there and hit the sub, that would be awesome. And if you're watching live on X and you want to do me a favor, I just put a link in the chat. If you could go there, give me a sub. We're on a race to 500. We should be able to get there by the draft, but Gamble Sign's doing his part. I showed up and suddenly the like went up. What a coincidence. The Kool-Aid man. Everybody loves the Kool-Aid man. You all need to just steer clear of round one hyphenated players. I'm still mad about the CEH pick. Like, I wanted a pick that wasn't even the best pick there, but it was DeAndre Swift. But like, I really like DeAndre Swift coming out of college, and I ended up buying in on the CEH hype, but like I wanted Swift or Taylor. Like I really wanted Swift or Taylor. These late round picks are starting to feel a little worse too, right? Like, because now Trey Tucker's a worse pick, Torrey Horton's a worse pick. Io Manor, I guess, is a worse. Like Io Manor is probably actually still a fine pick, actually, because he didn't really get competition. Wandale will play a different style of role. Io Manor is still going to be outside now, and if I think that they're going to take Jeremiah Love, do I want to do that? Um, we're actually just gonna take Flournoy. I really like the Flournoy pick. So CEH fooled me too, says Gamble Sign. Looking back, the writing was on the ball, was a big reach. They thought he would be Brian Westbrook 2.0, much less tape. Yeah, I didn't like just saw all the players my Raider have signed in free agency. Raiders are back. Did you end up signing a whole bunch of offensive linemen? Because that's what you need. You need the offensive linemen. Like, that is absolutely what you guys needed. Revamp the... Oh, you went all defense, huh? Very politely, fuck off, says Stephanie Miller. Very... There we go. We got wars going on in this chat. Yeah, I concur. Oh yeah, here we go. So we're gonna go ahead and buy the fact that Aaron Rodgers may end up coming back. We got the Metcalf guy here. If Freiermuth comes back, we just take him. A-Chain and Jefferson, both up in my ranks now. I don't think I like A-Chan's price with the new quarterback. I haven't fully formed an opinion yet, but I kind of think that it's bad. I think Malik Willis may be bad for A-Chan because Malik Willis is really good at throwing the ball deep, and A-Chan, a huge part of his game is catching balls. Willis confirmed, Fins, Kyler near lock for Vikings. I mean, the Jets are still not out of it. Yeah, okay, yeah, they signed Linderbaum. Pull up H-N, says Pepper Tony. It's okay. We live being hated. So, what's up, Fancy Dog Pound? Checking in with it. Yeah, we didn't get the bigger board to fill with Neil, but we were gonna do one with you either way. But we have a little bat signal out for one then already. Hopefully we can fill it. Usually easier to fill that later as well. Absolutely looking forward to that. What, an hour and a half away? So H-N has to put up points both ways. He's not overly reliant on receptions. Oh, has. Well, I get it, but he's going to put up points, right? But what I'm saying is his pure upside, his like absolute running back one ceiling is hampered by Malik Willis, is how I view it. Even with the enhanced rushing efficiency with the running quarterback. I mean, we'll take Pat Fry here. And Kate Otten, by the way, re-signed with the Bucks. That's actually probably the move I make, actually. We got two guys with 3 tight ends, so we're actually going to take the wide receiver we want here now. We're going to take another share of Jeremy Bernard, probably. And then we'll take one of those two, and then we'll take a last round wide receiver. I'd hope we played the sorry Cowboys. Do you think Wandell moves up or down? Let's look. He moved up. I think that makes some sense. Yeah, I think him next to Pittman, and I think them going like just moving up and going ahead of Myers makes sense. I think that Wandell, Pittman, Godwin should kind of be in the same tier, honestly. The Vikings have done nothing in free agency. They're just restructuring contracts, trying to fix the mess that. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So, Malik Washington, also, I don't love the fit with Malik Willis. I know he can go deep, but a lot of his game is the short stuff, and he's really, really good at that stuff. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Malik is going to be better with a full offseason of RB or quarterback one reps to do the intermediate and short throws. Maybe he'll be a lot better than I'm expecting. But at the moment, I'm not expecting that part of his game to be epic. Hopefully, Achane retains value playing with a dual threat quarterback. But yeah, Miami, hard to feel good about. Yeah, and this is not like I just want Achane to get traded to a good team. Like, please, like, let's send Achane to the Washington Commanders. Like, that's what I want. I want Achane on the Commanders. Like, that would be so much fun. You have Achane, you have if they could somehow, like, because they have an early second round pick, do their second and a second next year or something for Achane, or like a third next year. Because he's going to be expensive too. And it would be the 38th overall pick or 39th overall pick, I think. And that would just be a really fun offense. Jaden Daniels, Achane. Yeah, and this is kind of what I'm thinking. I think the reason that they've been so quiet on the running back front is because they're just going to give up their first rounder for Achane if he's available. Like, to me, that makes a lot of sense. I'm definitely in on the old Bryce Lance, though. The more things I hear and see, like, it definitely feels like Bryce Lance is he's a lock to be a top 4 round pick, almost a lock to be a round 3 pick. Those kind of players at least get a chance to get on the field somewhat, unless you play for the Packers. All right, I will review all the teams, but we will be out of here after this, and we will be preparing for the stream with Fantasy Dog Pound. We got a 3-6-8-3. We got Matt Stafford double stack. We got Baker Mayfield, Aaron Rodgers. We have Kenneth Walker, Josh Jacobs, Faisal Tootin, Emmett Johnson, Aaron Jones, and Tank Bigsby. Wide receivers: Puka, Devontae Adams double stack, Carnell Tate, DK Metcalf stack, Godwin stack, Flournoy, Jeremy Bernard, and Bryce Lance. A little thin at the back end, but I really like this. It's built for, like, Puka and Adams should be able to get us there on wide receiver points. And then in the playoff weeks, hopefully alternate spikes. Tight ends, Strange, Johnson, and Pat Freiermuth. I like the team. Alex from the 101, 3-6-8-3. Dak Prescott, Fernando Mendoza, Michael Penix. I do think that the Tua signing is bullish for Michael Penix. Bijan Robinson, to me, that means that, like, they expect Penix to be back mid-season, and they're not going to give up on him. And Tua is kind of a stopgap quarterback. Running backs: Bijan, Chase Brown, Jalen Warren, Rico Dowdle. That is an awesome RB room. A couple swings at the end because you didn't really need another one. Singleton and Adam Randall. Wide receivers: Pickens, McLaurin. Pickens is stacked up. Mike Evans, Juwan Jennings, Omar Cooper, How Dare You, Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Surratt, Kavontae Turpin. I about pitched Turpin to Neil on the last draft and decided not to. Kyle Pitts, Jake Ferguson, and Cade Otton. Love the team. We got Anthony here. Said he was cooking. 2-5-10-3. We have Lamar, Drake, Running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs, Travion, Ramondre, securing that backfield that got just a bunch of touchdowns last year. JCM before ADP, one of the ugliest things I can imagine. Kamani Vidal. If they don't add anybody, it's going to look really stupid that everybody was out on JCM. And even if they add somebody, I don't think they're even close to being done. They're going to get something. Wide receiver, Nico Collins, Olave, Jacoby Myers. I almost took Jacoby, and I really don't like his price. Xavier Worthy, Pat Bryant, not worried on Trey Tucker, Jacoby Lane, Keenan Allen, Tez Johnson, who I do think is very draftable now, Malik Washington, and then George Kittle, Andrews, Hunter Henry. I don't think you cooked as hard as you think, but it is a really solid team. You're very bold. If you love the players you're drafting, obviously you think you cooked, and you love JCM. So if I like JCM, I would say that this is a solid team. I just don't. I think he's one of the worst picks on the board myself. And we'll find out in 10 months who was right. 3-6-9-2. Caleb Williams, Jackson Dart, Tua. Running back, James Cook, Jeremiah Love, Bucky Irving, Quinshon Judkins, Damon Claiborne, Emmanuel Wilson. Wide receiver, Michael Pittman, Quentin Johnston, Denzel Boston, Khalil Shakir, Rashid Shaheed, back with the Seahawks. McMillan, Kayshawn Boutte, Shamir ADK, Olamide Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus, by the way, signed with the Falcons earlier. Wheels up. What's his name? Barron? It's Jade Barron, right? Where's his name? I guess I could just type in Bears. Why is his name not popping up? Am I blind? I know I've taken Jade Barron before. I don't know. Anyway. Colson Loveland, Theo Johnson. A very solid team. Yeah, I don't think it got weak. You're taking a dart there. You're taking a dart there. Walker. Why would Barron was the D? That's the DB from the Broncos from the first round last year. Why is he not listed though? Why is he not in the player pool? Right? Yeah, that's yeah, I just, for whatever reason, Jad A. Walker. I'm going to do a little. Okay, so he's not in the underdog player pool. That's why I was getting ready to look. Yeah, okay. I took him on drafters. That's what happened. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, so anyway. That is it. He's only allowed to be drafted in playoff best ball. He better be in the post BBM player pool because they don't have very many wide receivers on that team right now. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. If you like the stream, give me a sub and like it. And I'll be back in an hour and a half with Fancy Dog Pound. And we're going to try once again to fill a bigger board. See everybody later. Peace.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls in descent. Running drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains. From late season voids, he's dropping all the flames. Best ball, Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who hangs? Thunder in the names, claiming all the kills.